we're really grateful for your time this morning, for coming. And there isn't a script. We're not after something particular, but we're coming to talk about ourselves and our activity in social work or in help. And we're here to talk about perhaps that phrase, to love is to act, and what love means to us, and how we can act to help people.
Victor Hugo, who used this word, to love is to act, I don't feel, if I've got him right, that he was talking about us acting in a way that has any pretense. He was actually talking about us doing something in the present tense and just doing something, and it doesn't have to be right, and it's fine if it's wrong.
It's about taking a space that's yours by right, you know, by human right and by human existence. It's your family, it's your kids, it's your community. Nobody should be constructing and designing that or telling you what's what just because a bunch of professionals. Yeah, because those bunch of professionals underneath it are just a bunch of human beings as well, who are walking alongside with their own little stories. The dark and the light is there in those stories.
I just think we have to build alliances, and that's part of the acting art. What does love mean? And it's building alliances, you know, in this context with parents, with young people, with children, with people in the community, and breaking down those professional barriers.
To love is to act. Anyone can say they love you, but not everyone's going to warm up a side of the bed for you. Not everyone's going to come bring you a cup of coffee in the morning. Not everyone's going to think, oh, have you eaten? Let me just bring you a sandwich. That's right there. That just, for me, is a demonstration of to love is to act. Like you're saying, it's not the fact of drama and acting. It's the fact of doing nothing right is doing something wrong.
I think the pushing down the door thing's happening, where some of the parents, like you, Kevin, you're going to across county lines to like different local authorities and influencing things in different spaces. So it feels like love is a driver for that, love in motion, moving into different spaces and influencing people in different places and settings.
There's many sides to it, aren't there? And it's making me think of the Montagues and the Capulets. And they loved their own families very strongly, of course, but their two children, across two families that hated each other, fell in love, and they couldn't handle that until, of course, both children died. And we don't know what happened after that. And I suppose, thinking of these phrases about love, love is blind is another phrase, isn't it? And maybe that applies a bit in the Montague and the Capulet family, that perhaps they were too obsessed with their love internally.
It's a two-way street, because you've got to have the love, you've got to have the trust and dignity, because if you don't have that, then there's no hope. But also, more importantly, when we're fighting stuff like you've gone through stuff, I've gone through stuff, I've got my own dignity, I've got my own respect, have that for yourself first and foremost, and have the love for yourself first and foremost.
Love is an unconditional, underrated, and undoubted term for inclusion. So that quote actually came from a conversation I was having with one of my friends about, say, the last 7 months of my life. I felt like I was losing a lot of loved ones, be it friends, professionals, family, you name it. A lot of relationships were breaking down. Most of that came from a lack of inclusion and the fact that I've got so much going on, and I would happily bring anyone on board with any of the number of activities that I do. When I was thinking of it in reverse, it was like, well, all these people have their lives. They've got their jobs, they've got their families, they've got their friends. Where am I included in that? And it weren't the same as what I was trying to do for everyone else. I was trying to introduce people to my family and my friends and the work that I was doing, when in a reality, it wasn't a vice versa thing. It wasn't something that I was seeing in return. It was constantly giving away the last of my energy to people that are full of capacity and full of potential and full of love. People that were full of things that I didn't feel like that I had. So for me, it was like that quote actually came from, do you know what? I actually need to love myself the way that I'm trying to love everyone else. I need to love myself in the way that I need to be loved. I need to be that person in order for me to even come close to getting it from someone else.
You still need to have that first sort of touch, don't you, from somebody else and another human, you know, to spark that sense that I'm recognised. And if you think about that as being more than one human and being like a collective, a group, a number, or a wider bit of the family or another part of the network, then you then know that it's not just about you as an individual journey, isn't it? It's about how the connection between my mind, your soul, my mind, you know, connects together.